Okay. All right. You like my new graphics? I do it myself. All right. Trying to make it a bit more alluring, more attractive, so that people can actually get your attention. All right. So the cost of pushing down the US dollar, apparently, right, the US dollar had been coming off the last week. All right. So why are they doing that? Obviously, there's some rationale and reason for doing that, because they need to bring the cost lower. And who's the one doing that? Obviously, it's all right. The one that's doing that, okay, is this two person. Okay, it's Jerome Powell and this Yellen. All right. They have been lowering the dollar very clearly. You can see that. Okay, they just make sure the dollar cost is going down, so that right, the rest of the cost towards their what they're trying to implement will be not so high for the cohort end consumer, or AKA the boys actually. So, but the thing is that with this pushing down the dollar down the cliff, obviously there could be a cost there. So what is the cost? I will show to you guys shortly during the MAO part 1 and part 2. Okay. All right. So you can, oh, sorry, there's some typo there. I missed out this. Sorry, I guess in a minute. The US dollar. One. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is the US dollar update last Friday. Even though, yes, indeed, last Friday we did saw the US dollar climbing back from this 90 60 level all the way to 91.30. And that's a very big jump on Friday. But if you look overall, it's all right. Overall, for the entire 2-3 months, the high was actually from 93 level all the way down to even 90.5. So they push it down all the way to implement some stuff. And obviously, the thing is that the US dollar came off so much, right? That's why the gold actually also went up at the same time. But the question is this now, with the US dollar finding some strength at the bottom, you can see that 90.6 level, and now it's back to 91.3 level. The question is this, will that bring back the dollar up all the way again? Now, because of what reason? Because is that a rational reason? Because there are some speculation saying that, right, the US Federal Reserve may be forced to actually increase interest rate, or at least do their tapering. So this is going to be a very interesting week this week, all right? Because if the US non-farm payroll is very good, which is expected to be very good, okay, expected already, priced in, then of course, then there's a good reason why the Federal Reserve should look at tapering. Now, one thing is that they've been buying $120 billion worth of assets every single month, right? As you know, and $40 billion where it went to mortgage-backed assets. So the question is this: I mean, the property prices actually doing pretty okay. So why is the Federal Reserve still doing that? Is it because they're helping their friends, or because they know that something still very bad ongoing at the back scene, which we doesn't know what's happening? So this is going to be interesting. If the US dollar kept creeping up itself, right, traders, you have to be very careful, because that will bring down the gold prices. Okay, I repeat, that will bring down the gold prices. And if the US dollar goes up, and the 10-year yields also have to move up together, right, then that means that the market actually is looking at more potential towards tapering, and this will actually affect the equity market. So when there's tapering, what will happen to the equity market? There will be some profit taking. So as long as you see the US dollar going up, right, you just need to be very careful. All right, are we clear with that? If you are clear, please key the word USD into the group chat right now. Okay, if you understand what I just said, please key the word USD or US dollar into the group chat, so I can see that you guys are able to relate what I'm trying to share this morning. All right. All right, thank you. Thank you, guys. All right. Apparently, over the weekend, I have a friend who texts me. He said, Kel, you are always way ahead of the market. When you talk about commodities will go up itself, right? That was months ago, and then commodity didn't go up. Then only now recently, the commodity goes up, okay, and now hit the all-time high. Then back then itself, right, you said the one-time me will be like $5. And again, then it didn't happen. It took about 2 months later, then you see one-time me going up. And now you're talking about the US dollar going up. So seriously, what do you think? 2 months later, then the US dollar go up. I say that is probably the truth, all right? I'm always a pretty bad market timer. All right, I'm pretty good with macroeconomics in terms of I can see things way, way in front of me. But in terms of timing the market, I probably sucks, okay? So that's why I want you guys to just take notice of this and you do your own portfolio arrangement accordingly, all right? I don't want you to get caught and say, oh, this and that. Okay, so I hope you get my point. Just like recently, I called for buy on Ethereum when it was at 2100, and it was stable at 2100, 2200, 2300 for quite a while, right? Then after that, yesterday we saw Ethereum shoot past to 2900. So this is thing that I'm always one tap early, right? Don't you realize this? Those who realize that I'm actually one tap earlier, all right, one tap earlier, right? Put the word agree. If you think that no, Kel, your timing is okay, then you put there disagree. If you think that my timing is totally off one, okay, just key the word off, F-O-F-F, okay, O-F-F, just say off. Let me hear what you had to say. Right, you think I'm one tap early, or you disagree that I'm actually, or I'm totally off. Right, let me hear you guys. Agree, right? I'm always one tap earlier, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm always one tap earlier. So that's why you guys must adjust accordingly. Just, Kel say what, maybe 2 months later, then you execute. Okay, thank you guys for agreeing what I say. Oh gosh. Okay, all right, let's continue. So today in the second part of MAO, we're going to we are going to talk about this Bloomberg Commodity Index, Commodities Top Performer apparently. And the standard business cycle, I'll go back in again and we talk about the Dubai expensive residential. All right, this will be the second part of today's MAO, okay? The second part. All right, so from Bill Gates today for the quote of the day, all right? Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking that they can't lose. And that is very, very true, all right? Now, I won't quote names once again, but apparently it's right. I saw on YouTube recently there was a bit of bickering between someone, claiming that there are fake gurus in the market. Now this time not on me, but on property gurus. And apparently these groups of people actually, in a way, mentor and student relationship, apparently. So in a way, it's all right. They were all hitting each other and say that, right, it seduces people to think that they cannot make money. They can make money, sorry. They can make a lot of money in the market. We're telling them the real fact and figures. I think that is very, very important that they didn't do. Okay, it's something that you must understand. So please, guys, if you actually make money in the market and you don't know why you make money, right? I think that's very, very scary. You have to really understand why and what is the downside, all right? Then you can be successful in the long haul, all right? This is very, very important. So all I can say is this, guys, when we trade in the market, we always talk about risk management. We keep on saying this many, many, many times. I know some of you hate it. You guys want me to sell you dreams and you can become, Lamborghini owners or property tycoon, you want me to sell you this idea like some NLP trainers in the market, but I don't do that because number one itself, I don't believe in that. Number two, right, I believe that you should do it on your own. There's always downside in the market. There's always be, all right, even though we can control it, but that will be, all right. So take note of that. I hope you guys will get inspired by this. Okay, all right. So before we start this morning, once again, I need you guys to understand there's disclaimer involved, right? I need you to know that all my sharing, you need to do your own careful consideration and also accept the disclaimer and indemnify me, all right? I give you 5 seconds. You are staying on, means that you're going to accept this disclaimer and you will, know what to do, all right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, by staying on means you have identified me. All right, let's continue. All right, so month of May, what do we expect? Well, big thing, right? There'll be more earnings coming up, obviously. And April, big jobs report and inflation worries could swing markets in the week ahead. Now, this is interesting. This coming Friday or Wednesday, we have ADP numbers and the non-farm payroll, okay? So this is very important. The numbers are expected to be very big because they're pumping so much money into the system, right? So likely the non-farm payroll numbers will cross even $1 million or 1 million jobs available are created. Okay, that's very big, all right? But the thing is that because it's so big, then obviously that means there should be no worry anymore, right? And inflation is obviously creeping every single day. Hence, therefore, right, is it a good time now for Federal Reserve to do tapering? We don't know about interest rate hiking first. Let's about tapering first. The moment they do tapering, and can the market accept that? With the stock market now at all-time high, with the S&P ratio, the sales to ratio is at 3 times. With the PE ratio at 40 to 50, all right, clearly we need to understand this. If there's any chance that there will be any tapering, there will be profit taking on the equity market. This one you really must take note of that. Okay, so that's the reason why this coming week will be very volatile. We expect a lot of movement to be happening. And Credit Suisse has just came in and being so bullish. They're looking at S&P to hit to 4,600. Wow. So I just saw on, I want to quote like names again, on one very local market provider. Okay, all right, they was talking about REITs. All right, apparently, right, last they sent out this invitation to ask people to look at REITs. And of course, why? Because REITs itself, right, basically outperformed many sectors last 2-3 months. Okay, so now after outperforming for 2-3 months, then this so-called provider is going to tell people, hey, let's get into REITs, right? I mean, to my point, is always like that. When the market is so hot already, right, then everybody see the picture of it. Then now you are asking people to go in at this point, at a high point. So I only question mark what will happen next. Okay, so they are looking at that, and apparently, right, this is what you can see right now, that they are going to expect a very big non-farm payroll this coming Friday. It could easily reach 1 million. Okay, wow. Because you must understand, in March itself, right, we have 916,000. So obviously to hit 1 million is quite expected. All right. So yeah, indeed, the US economy is reopening and people are going to get back their job. But again, those jobs are not permanent jobs, but still they doesn't really care that level. So you will watch out for that. And because now the earnings are all coming in and pretty positive. So this guy from Credit Suisse, the US equity strategist, Jonathan, says that, right, the S&P 500 will go to 4,600 for 4,300. That means it's another 9.2% from the current level and 22.5 for the year. Wow, that's very, very high. So the question is this, will this actually manifest? All right, so I'll leave it to you to decide. Anyway, this is from Credit Suisse. Now, Credit Suisse said this. How about this one? Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs also came in. Now, Goldman Sachs also came in and says that, right, the market could pop 16%. Now, pop is upside, by the way. Yeah. Okay. As the global economy hits peak momentum. All right. This guy, okay, this is the guy. This guy says that, right, the momentum will continue to go up, Timothy. He said that it's very constructive backdrop for earnings and he looks more upside. Now, because this is actually a pro article, so I didn't subscribe, not today. I'll do it later this evening. All right, so I couldn't give you the full content of what he says. I'll get it done for you, okay? So, but the point is this, he's saying that, right, there'll be another 16% upside. So we have Credit Suisse saying that, okay? We have Goldman Sachs saying that. So it seems like everybody now is so bullish and they're telling you that no problem, the market go at least 10% or higher. So guys, in that perspective itself, right, you should know that everybody's on one side of town now. The question is this, can the market continue? So my reservation is that, okay, guys, I will trust what these guys are saying. I will be looking to buy, but I will tell myself, hey, you know what, Cal, if everybody's on one side of town, I just be very careful. If the market don't continue to go up after today's articles and stuff like that, then I have to do the opposite side. Okay, got an idea now? So we just have to understand this. It's not that we are bearish in the market, all right? We're just being cautious to the wind. This is very, very important, okay? All right. So all clear. I hope you guys get my point today. All right, now the thing is that a bit more concerning back at home is this one here. You can see right now, right? This is our cluster ongoing right now. We have this ongoing in Singapore. All right, apparently it's all right. Singapore, we have a bit more COVID cases recently. And this is total, right, on the May the 2nd, we have 39 new cases, you can see. Now, one thing is that we have about 61,000 confirmed cases so far, and 60,000 were discharged. So put it this way, if you're pretty good, we have only 500 people that is probably still sick or in isolation. So that's why in hospital only 126. So it's still pretty good. So there's no really concern. But of course, what Lee Hsien Loong said recently, our PM, well, it does give me a little bit jittery that, oh no, can we go back to CB again? So hopefully it doesn't happen. But I'm sure all our frontliners are doing a great job. So if you have any friends that are working in the front line, please tell them that we TWB salute them. All right, we really salute them for their great work, and hopefully they will take care of themselves too. Okay, guys, remember that. Please make sure that those friends are heroes. Okay, relatives and friends and family members are heroes. All right, don't run away from them. Okay, so that is what happened in Singapore. All right, so let's look at now. We have earnings from the technology companies. They're all doing pretty okay, pretty decent. So today there's no earnings, but tomorrow we have Pfizer. All right, we have Galactic and Artivision. All right, this one. But on Wednesday, the big one, Wednesday we have Microsoft, we have PayPal, we have GM, we have Tesla. All right, Square. So these few are the big one, and I suspect that Tesla one will be quite interesting to watch. Okay, so watch out for Tesla on coming Wednesday. Okay, all right, this is the one that looking out for. So in terms of the USA Economic Calendar, I'm going to add you this every single week. So I only give you the big ones. So we have on Monday, which today is the PMI numbers. So we are expecting slightly higher. So again, pretty positive. And Wednesday with the ADP numbers. Then Thursday, initial jobless claim. And Friday, we will have our non-farm payroll. So I will update this every single day. Okay. All right. Cool, right? See, extra value service for all of you. Cool. All right, so let's just recap what happened on Friday now, because China is not open today, but Hong Kong will be. So I will still have covered Hong Kong market, and we do suspect that Hong Kong market will likely be a bit volatile. We've got China movement, right? So likely they will follow the US market futures pretty closely. Okay. Hold on a minute. Just give me a short moment. Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, so the US stock market on Friday, once it opened, right, it began to slide down to 33,800. But again, 33,800 is stopped there. And you know that 33,800 is a very interesting technical level that I keep on reminding you guys. And apparently, it just found base once again. And then this thing is that last Friday, it did not show any signs of going up. All right, so it didn't have any push-up factor that usually we see on Friday. So that's why end of the day end pretty on the flat side. Overall down, but still considering, my opinion is that for 4 hours, you can see it's pretty flat. All right, so what happened to the stock market on Friday? All right, we can take a look. The stock market fell on Friday, right? And it's more on sell on news because the earnings came out and the Amazon was having a very good profit earning. All right, I was just watching this documentary on this Amazon, and this Amazon Fresh and Amazon Go. I think these guys are really brilliant. It's like just really, you walk to a supermarket, you can just grab anything, okay, and put it in your pocket, and you walk off. No one mending the shops, and the thing is that it will charge you the moment you leave that place itself. It's really amazing. I mean, this is really incredible technology, and I believe that this is going to spread around USA very soon, and this is going to again propel Amazon go higher. I mean, seriously, between Amazon and Tesla, right? These two of them, right, I think they are really run by genius. These two, Jeff Bezos and this Elon Musk. I think they really, really know how to see the world in a very different way. So I really think that, right, these two companies, if there any chance there'll be any severe pullback in the market, I mean, I'm just crossing my fingers. But if there is going to be any chance that the market is going to have a severe pullback and both counter, Amazon and Tesla goes down a lot, right? Like down 20% or 40%, I would think that just buy the both of them, you will be definitely in the right place. Okay, in my perspective, okay, my opinion. Okay, so what happened is that although the Friday there was some equity weaknesses, but you must understand S&P notches its third straight months of gains in April. And overall it's still up, and S&P is one of the leading indicator among the three indices, by the way. So overall itself, right, it seems to be everybody is still pretty positive with the S&P 500. And of course, we can see that, right, end of the day, even though this coming Friday we will have the numbers, but most counters, most expectation is that they should have higher upside. So that's why overall this week itself, right, the market should be heading upwards. All right, I repeat, heading upwards, okay, overall. Okay, unless they are actually pushing it up to sell to take profit. That one is on another part of this whole thing. But at least for now, we're looking at pretty bullish movement. Okay. So at the moment now, the Dow futures are indeed rising up higher. All right, it's about nearly 100 points from this morning. And of course, there's some on saying that the Dow will actually cross to the 40,000 mark. Okay, they're saying that there will be 40,000 coming in. So what your take is, you think it's going to have 40,000? Then you can stay on the long side. All right, if you think that this is ridiculous, just wait for the sell to come. That's all, as simple as that. You just have to wait for your turn, okay? All right, so let's just do a quick recap on what happened on on Friday's market, shall we? So on Friday, the market opens between the two pivots, and once again, we have a pivot, inverse pivots. So like a magnet, all right, if the market is below OP, it will be drawn towards pivot 1 in this case, which actually happened. But the KSI, you can see, is green in color, hence therefore the downside will be limited. And of course, I told you guys there are multiple KCB that's all waiting around there, and one of them is 33,821, which the market very clearly effectively stay above. And I also tell you that there's this TSCB level at 33,810. I told you guys before. And indeed, once the market hit the 33,810, the market rebounded. So this is whereby I'm telling you guys that there is a lot of good reason why the market is actually supported when it's going down. Only when the market closed below all these factors, only when it closed below, right, then the market will go down. If not itself, right, it will likely be staying up instead, okay? So let's see what happened on the intraday. You can see that initially the market came off the opening price. There was some selling. Okay, there was no clear signal of where to sell and buy. All right, so the market just keep on dribbling downwards until you can see that until it came down this point here. Okay, all right, even the KSI were all red in color. The market has a few KCB levels around here, and after that, towards the last half an hour or so, you can see the market just pull back. Okay, so overall there was no real case, no real short in the market other than below OP and you sell. Other than that, there was nothing much. Only here is so there was a KSI jump, but the market, even it jumped, it didn't really react, only aftermath. So which means that even if KSI jumped, the market came off first, then it found a base before recovering. So that's why end of the day there was not much reason for you guys to be on the buy side, or even on the sell side, right? It's quite limited. There's not much clear shot on that day. Okay. Okay, so let's just now look at the index right now. Okay, let's look at index right now. Already the Dow is moving higher. I'll come back to this shortly. Let's look at the conventional first. Okay, can you look right now? Now the conventional chart looks positive at the moment right now. The market is staying above the MLP for today. The market is staying above the MLP. All right, above the MLP, and it's above the MA30. As we can see right now, the market is staying above the MLP and MA30. So the question is, why is the market going up? Like I said, there is a lot of positive factors in the market, and a lot of people are buying in anticipation that they do expect the non-farm payroll to be good. So that is the reason why the market is actually moving slightly higher right now. You can see on your screen. Okay. Now, the thing is that, but you look carefully, you have been consolidating for quite a while. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For 10 days, the market has been consolidating between 34,100 to 33,800. This 300-point range has been consolidating for a long, long time. So I've been telling you guys this, what will happen is there will be a direction that you have to go, right? Is it up 500 points from here or down 500 points from here? At the moment now, you can see on Friday, the market touches the MA30 and rebounded. Can you see that? Very beautiful. The market touches the MA30 and rebounded. So guys, if you need to watch out for this, put the MA30 beside you to know exactly what to do. All right, so you can see that this is a very beautiful touch MA30 and rebounded technical point. So for today, right, the MA30, right, for today, I just take a note, is 33,810 level around there. All right, so if the Dow Jones do pull back to 33,810, which happen to be a TSCB level 2, the market is expected to be supported, okay? Expected to be supported. All right, at the moment now, everything looks cool, everything looks clear. It seems to be like there's high chance of the market going to test a new all-time high, which is 34,258 level. So traders, at the moment now, you should be looking towards the upside, at least for now. It looks like the market is going to consolidate, and the upside potential seems to be much higher than the downside for now, okay? So you heard me loud and clear on the expectation. All right. Weekly chart wise as well, we have first time. This is something that I need to bring your concern to. This is the first time we see 2 weeks of downside for some time already. The last time we see a 2 weeks downside, right, the market actually collapsed down. Can you see that? The last time we see a 2 weeks negative closing, right, the market actually collapsed down. So the question is, will that happening this week? Well, it all depends on the opening price. So the opening price for this week is going to be very critical. The opening price for this week is going to be critical. If the Dow Jones can stay above the opening price of this week, right, that means likely the market will be going to all-time high. But if the market breaks down and go below the opening price of this week, right, and that is 33,928, then traders, you need to be very, very careful, okay? 33,928. You need to be very, very careful, okay? So please take note of this figure. This is going to be the important figure for this week. Anytime if the down market goes below 33,928, then I will say that, right, traders, you may want to get out of the market on the long side, okay? All right, clear on that, okay? So I can write down important level for Dow 33,928. There we go. Okay. Okay, so that is Dow. Let's look at today's Dow Jones, shall we? Now, today Dow don't have pivot. I repeat, today Dow no pivot, okay? Now, no pivot means what? Right, guys, tell me, if there's no pivots, what do we use? Can you tell me? When there's no pivot, right, what do we use? Can I hear from you? Yep, when there's no pivot, what can we use to look at the market? Can you tell me? All right, waiting for your answer. Yep, correct, exactly. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Philip, Eiling, Richard, Jerry, Benedict, Tiong Wee, sorry, Wilson, Desmond, Lloyd, Bridget, Caddy, Colin, Lewis. All right, the opening price will be the most important. Okay, and this apparently this opening price is also the start of the week, right? So that means that this opening price is going to be deadly important. So if the market stays above OP today, all right, now there's a few KCB to be taken to be watching out for. All right, there's a few of them now. It's pretty much matched up together, right? So what can you do? Very simple. I teach you. Go to your chart, right click under object list, and then you see this particular table. Break it down, and you will see the three numbers there. You see 34,025, 34,039, 34,088. Now these are the three KCB level that's over here. Got it? Okay, pretty simple, right? Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that, right, as long as the Dow stay above OP, the three numbers here likely will be the technical reason for the market to be resisted. All right, it could be also a level for you to take profit over there. All right, so you can aim towards those numbers. All right, on the flip note, do you notice something very interesting? This is a red, this is a yellow, this is a red, this is a yellow. So which means that, right, potentially we could see a zebra formation today. All right, potential. And the KSI is green in color, right? So likely today above OP is a buy. Okay, today above OP is a buy. So traders who want to go long today, above OP will be a buy. Okay, take note of that. This is very, very important, crucial information for us. And you can see that the 33,810, my God, look at it. Right, this was created by these two candles. And you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, for 7 trading days, the market has touches it and rebounded. It's almost like every time when the market goes to 33,810, once it goes above it, you can buy. So now the thing is this, for 7 days already, this 33,810 TSCB level is so powerful, okay? That's why you really need to have this TSCB to help you to understand the market well. Now we've had this thing here right now. If the market really one day, I'll say one day, if the market one day close below it itself, right? If any day the market close below 33,810, you must be very, very careful, because that means the market could actually bring down, could come down severely, okay? So of course, at the moment now, it's been highly supported. That is fine. Stick to the buy side. Anytime you come down to 33,810, look for the buy. Okay, but I'm just informing you. Make sure that if one day you close below, you must know what to do. Okay, don't be stubborn and go against it. Okay, so that is the Dow Jones. Now, quick one to China A50. Okay, is it open? Let's just take a look. Right, it is open. All right, apparently it is open. Okay, right, it is open. You can see that. Okay, that is the futures market. Yeah, see today is May the 3rd. All right, it is open. So we do have some initial upside. It's a gap up. So later on, Hang Seng will likely be gapping up later on. Okay, all right, now there's some pullback right now, but likely Hang Seng will gap up later. Okay, so let's look at the NASDAQ. Now the cash market is closed, but the future is ongoing. All right, so that's the difference there. Okay, today NASDAQ, let's take a look. Now NASDAQ MLP is somewhere near here, and the MAO 30 is very, very near to it right now. For the NASDAQ, the MAO 30 is 13,810. Make it simple. Okay, something same number. Okay, 810. So as long as the NASDAQ stays above it, it's fine. Now, MLP for today is 13,923. So that's the level that we need to watch. Okay, if the market can tap through the MLP, we should see upside again. We could see all-time high. But if the market comes down and goes below 13,810, then there'll be some profit taking. Now, I still, in my opinion, if there's any causes for concern, there will be the tapering. And if there's any tapering and the US dollar goes up, right, then I strongly believe the NASDAQ will be the first index to fall off, and that will cause a ripple effect. All right, there'll be a repercussion on this. I mean, all the technology shares will come off, and of course, one of the counter that I've always been watching is Tesla will be coming off also. So my personal take is, if there's any rising US dollar, right, the NASDAQ will not be performing. So be careful on that. Okay, NASDAQ. Okay, time check now is 9:07, so still a bit early before the Hong Kong market. So let me show you NASDAQ right now. Now NASDAQ, you can see the colors a bit different. The NASDAQ shows that it is actually still a red bar down. So at the moment, the TSCB you can see is over here. We have a few numbers there, so cannot see exactly, right? So we need to do the same thing. Object list, bring it down. You can see that the next few numbers is 13,636. 13,758 and 13,770. Okay, those are the technical level to watch. So the nearest technical level is 770, so it's about nearly 134 points now. So I think still okay, reasonable. But the thing that I'm pretty concerned is, can you see this? Yeah, indeed. The KSI is actually red in color. So which means that, right, the NASDAQ, right, if there's any sign of weaknesses, right, the NASDAQ may come off. So the opening price for today will also be a very big concerning point, because that is also telling you this. Those NASDAQ today also got no pivot. So today the opening price for NASDAQ is 13,088.7, and because there is no pivot, right, the opening price will be very critical. So if NASDAQ do break below 13,887, right, I do suspect that NASDAQ may be coming down. Okay. All right, with the KSI rate, right, it gives me a little bit more concerning factor. So if NASDAQ come down, right, obviously what will happen to the Hang Seng will also be coming off. So you better watch out for this. NASDAQ must stay above OP for today. It's very important for NASDAQ to stay above OP. Okay, clear? All right. Last one is S&P 500. Now S&P 500 last Friday pullback. Today seems to be having some strength, but it's now resisted at the MLP level. Now the MLP level for today, the S&P is at 4,200. Yeah, 4,200 is as MLP. So if the NASDAQ come off, right, S&P will also be affected, right? So do watch out for this. If the market do pull back on the NASDAQ, and then this S&P will also fall. Now for S&P, the MA 30 is still quite far away. It's 41.46. So I don't think that the market will come back down so fast, at least for now. But of course, in terms of the RSI reading, right, let me just show it to you a little bit here. Okay, let's clear the screen a little bit. You can see that the RSI reading is still firmly above near the 68.70 level. So this is actually pretty bullish, but of course there's a bit of divergence at the moment. So traders, you just have to watch this closely, all right? Just watch this closely. At the moment now, it doesn't show any sign of weaknesses, so you just have to watch for, okay? Okay, I'm having a bit of flu this morning. Okay, so you can see the S&P, the KSI is also red in color, but this one S&P do have a pivot. So 42.08 is upside, 41.74 is the downside. So I'm going to give my take very simple. With the KSI being red in color, if the market goes up, right, to 42.08, there should be some resistance here. Okay, there will be resistance at the top because the KSI is red. Now, if the market do break below OP, then S&P to come back down to 41.74 is higher. All right, so with the market KSI is red, I will rather watch for the opening price. If the market do come down, I will sell. If the market go up, right, to KTR my +1 to +3 and does a CCYR, I will also be looking to sell instead. Okay, all right, cool. Here's something that I take note of. All right. How about DAX today? Right, DAX, you can see that DAX doesn't look good, okay? I reminded Uncle Arun, don't see him today. Yeah, thanks you, Richard, for your explanation. All right, you can see that on on Thursday, we saw the market pulling down and close below the MA30. And on Friday, the market opened below MA30, tried to stay above MA30, but failed, rejected, and came off, right? So if you look at it, right, guys, yeah, I'll show you the picture a little bit clearer. I bring away all the lines. You can see that, right? Very clearly, the market has rejected MA30 and closed below MA30. So this is not a very healthy sign. And I suspect that this will bring the next a bit lower. Now, of course, DAX, we have a few numbers to watch out for. Now, the first number to watch out for will be this figure, 14,748, because that is a 5% mark from the all-time high. So I suspect that if DAX is to pull back, right, this will be a good level for you to buy back your position and also see whether you can stay there. If you stay and firm around there, the market may just rebound. So that is the level here. Okay, so now let's look at the rest. Now the nearest BNB, let me just confirm this once again. Okay, the nearest BNB is still this guy. So you put back the high and the low back to this guy. We can see that the market consolidated around this area and now market is slightly below the low of the BNB. So that means there's some selling. In terms of the MLP for today, the MLP is right here, at 15,147, very, very close. All right. And the MA30 is somewhere around here. And that's the one that rejected on Friday. So we have a bit of round numbers around here. 15,214 will be the MA30 level. So watch out for that, 13,214. So MA30 is 15,214 level. So that one will be the main resistance today, okay? If the market do go there, traders, you may want to watch out for a possible reversal from that point, okay? 15,214. Friday, it closed at 15,153, right? So it should be okay. All right, Hong Kong is going to open soon. Let me just cross Hong Kong right now. Hong Kong is a black hawk down on Friday. All right, so let's see whether today we'll see any reprieve. Likely it will happen because China A50, China A50 just turned black, okay? Then black candle. So that means that there might be some profit taking in the morning on Hang Seng. Okay, let's take a look at Hang Seng right now. Okay, so you can see this doesn't look good on Friday. Hang Seng opened straight away below P2 and straight away below OP, below P2 sell. I did tell you guys to be very careful on Hang Seng, and indeed it really happened, but incredibly it basically bounces off at the cage level here. Okay, so Hang Seng will open up in a few seconds time. Okay, let's go. Hang Seng actually, okay, let's double check again. Hang Seng actually gapped down by 2 points. Okay, 2 points. Okay, now watch this. Okay, there are lots of numbers at the bottom of your screen. Can you see that? Lots of numbers. Okay, now what we have is that Hang Seng today opened between two pivot 1 and pivot 2. Okay, just double check the pivot once again. Let me just do a quick one. Okay, here we confirm already. Okay, so the opening price for Hang Seng today is near to pivot 1 and the KSI is green. So likely Hang Seng will be going up towards touch the pivot 1 at 28,722. High chance of that happening, okay? But if the market do pull back below OP, there are a few numbers to watch. And the first number to watch is the first KCB level at 28,532 level. Now, I suspect that if there's any drop, right, this number will be traded 28,532, okay? But because the KSI is green in color, right, I suspect that the market can't go down too much unless drastically the global market changes, all right? So at the moment now, I still think Hang Seng will be going up this morning, all right, initially towards the 28,722 level. If the market do pull back, then 28,532 will be the first KCB level that it should be going for. Now let's take a look at the China once again. China market has recovered once again. So, but of course, again, today the cash market is not open. So these are the futures market. So there's no cash relationship here. So it's more like speculation. So Hang Seng trader today, if you're using the A50 to gauge, right, you must understand this China A50 is a little bit in your cash market. So there will be a lot of, volatility because you're going to push up, push down on their own, and the market will just have to follow through. All right. So take note of that. Okay. So I've given you all the indices outlook. I hope you like that. Okay. And you know what to do for today. Okay. All right, so let's start with gold for this morning. Okay, hold on. Guys, give me just 1 minute. Okay, just give me 1 minute. I go and blow my nose first. Sorry, yeah. Okay, Charlie, yeah, give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so the thing is that for gold last Friday, we saw gold initially shot up to 1790 level, which we thought that gold is going to go up higher, right? Then after that, suddenly it just turned around and slammed $30 all the way down. Okay, very incredible. And then after that, we see went sideways for the entire week on Friday. So what is actually happening, we wouldn't know, but the news says that right now there's a concern because apparently now, because there's a lot of people not able to buy gold and one of the biggest market is India. We know what's happening in India, and that's why there is a concern that gold may not be going higher because now people are more worried for COVID than actually buying gold. So one of the biggest markets is India, right? If you're not buying, there is a possibility for gold to trade lower, right? This one is the gold in rupee, you see. Okay, so then don't get confused by that. Okay. So let's just take a look at gold on Friday. Okay, now gold actually when it opened on Friday was pretty positive. It was above pivot 1 and its KSI was green, right? Everything looks good and there's no blue bar at the bottom. So everything looks positive, but just that the market didn't go up. So once the market didn't go up, right, and it goes below OP, then we know that the market will go to the nearest pivot, and this case itself is 1764, which the gold really go there. Look at the low. Oh my God. Look at the target of the pivot 1 is 1764 and the low of the day is also 1764. Oh my God, really incredible system, okay? And once it touches there, because the KSI is green, the market just couldn't go down and the market rebounded strongly from there. And there's also this KCB at 1763 level, which the market missed it by a dollar. So that's why the gold when it came down and then rebounded, right? All these are part of what we expect by looking at the chart. Yeah, by looking at the KSI, the pivots where they are, and the market movement, right, we can roughly know where the gold will be going and where will be the technical level that we can look for. And let's see what happened on the intraday. So first of all, intraday, the market broke down first initially, but once you go to KTR -1, now you know that KSI, if it's green on a day chart, Right, remember when the KSI is green on the day chart, right? What can we do? Guys, can you type the answer now? Whenever the market is having a day chart KSI green, and if the market go down to KTR -1, -2, or -3, what can we do? Can you tell me? Can you write in a proper sentence? Tell me that if the market goes down if the KSI day chart is green and if the market go down to KTR -1, -2, or -3, what can you do? All right. Remember, it was a very clear-cut thing that every day I will regurgitate and keep on reminding you guys. I will not change anything. I don't tell you about must see the fundamental, must see the technical, must see the stars and moon. No. I always repeat the same thing repeatedly over and over and over again. And indeed, you are absolutely right. This Philip, Adrian, Louis, Colin, Chongming, right? You guys got it. Exactly what you guys have said, okay? Now, every time when the KSI is green in color, I always look out for is when the market go to KTR -1 to -3. I just wait there. And once I wait there long enough, and if I see this CCRY at the KTR -1, I will definitely go in for buy. I tell you that. Definitely. That's why we call for buy on Friday. All right. Now, of course, with that, the KCX was also green. So that was whereby, yes, indeed, Jerry, all right, Andrew, Desmond, you're all right too. Exactly yourself. Look at it. Straight away, the gold go up. And when you go up, right, it went back to back to KTR. Now, you do not need to go to sell at KTR. This is where you buy, right? This is where your stop loss is, right? Okay, this is your X. So which means that, right, if the market go up by 1X, you already make back whatever you risk. Then you take partial profits here, then shift your stop loss up, okay? Shift your stop loss up, and the rest you aim another X again. If the market go by another X, you make another money, you shift your stop loss up again. Can you see that? So if the market can go to another X itself, right, you will make again another portion. Now, or not, if you notice that this is from 1 KTR to OP, which is 1 KTR to 1 KTR, you can book more profit here and you're done. So that is how you actually use the X factor. And not because, Cal, I buy already, I must take profit at this KTR. We never say that. We don't tell you that KTR can be used as a target point. But if you're talking about serious note as a real trader, you should be making what you risk. And of course, in this case, it'll be much better. Isn't that true? Got the idea? So if you look carefully, it's right. On Friday, there were 1, 2, 3, 4 instances whereby the market really hit the KTR -1, but because the KSI is green in color for the day chart, the market rebounded. Now, of course, the next 3 rebound, the market wasn't very big rebound, but you also technically didn't lose, except for maybe this one here, you may lost because you get stopped out later on. But overall, it's right. When you buy at KTR -1, you notice that the upside is pretty there. So if you actually consider this as right, and those people more adventurous, they can actually look at, using a lower time frame to buy at KTR -1, to buy, right, and then get their X better, right? Why not? Because that is how it works. That's one reason why we are doing that. Now, tomorrow during Super Tuesday, I will cover a bit more on how to use a lower time frame to trade for those people who are more adventurous. Because now already we've been doing this for more than a year. I believe that the seniors are really well versed with N15. So now it's how do we go down to a lower level to look at that. Okay, so tomorrow Super Tuesday will be very fun. Okay, watch out for that for tomorrow Super Tuesday. Okay, so I covered a very detail on gold. Let's look at the indices for a short, quick moment. All right, we can see that the China A50 is going to be flat for now. Hang Seng, let's take a look. Hang Seng is also pretty flat at this moment. So overall market flat. US market, well, US market is a bit higher right now. US market. Okay, this is the Dow movement. It looks okay, looks positive. Okay. All right, so that is what we have right now. Okay, let's look at the conventional chart on gold today. Now, gold today, we have a bit of interesting movement. Gold, there is the 23.6% Fibonacci at about 1770, which gold is trading right now. Now, today's MLP for gold, we have it somewhere around here, and that is about 1770. So, wow, okay, we have very interesting numbers, 1770. And we have the MA30 about 1762. So today, the very magical number to watch out for is 1770. Okay. So this MLP and also the 23.6% of the Fibonacci will be the key factor. If gold can stay above 1770, gold will likely be going higher. Now, if gold goes below 1770 or touches it and come back down, the next level to watch closely will be 1762. Now, 1762 is the MA30 level, okay? 1762 is the MA30. If the market cannot hold MA30, it will go down quite a bit. But if you can hold, right, you can see what happened on last Thursday. The market held above the MA30 and rebounded almost like $10 to $15. So today I will watch these two numbers, 1770 and 1760. Okay, write it out for you guys. For gold, key levels are 1770 and 1762. Okay, these are the two levels to watch out for gold today. These numbers will help you to know whether the gold will go higher or where's the support level be or where's the turning point, meaning the breakdown level. Okay, so guys, pretty good, right? Okay, watch out for this. Okay, long-term chart wise, you can see on the long-term chart, well, it's still gold is still neither here or there. And let's hope that it touches MA30 and stabilize. If the gold really hit MA30 and stabilize there and go up again, right, then this time now to hit 1815 level, it is very possible already. Okay, so let's just watch gold closely. Okay. Weekly chart wise, right, interesting. The way the gold closed on Friday was very incredible. Look at it. It basically touches my trend line the second time in a row and closed below it. So actually that's the reason why I got my concern for the gold going up. But 1762 is a very important level because this is also the 50% mark of the Fibonacci from the retracement point. All right, so this 1762 today is very, very important. It's the MA30 and also the 50% mark also at the same time. So traders, watch out for 1762, okay? Very, very important. Okay, right now for you, gold 1762, very important level. Okay, here we go. All right. Silver has also came off. So silver today will also be having some resistance, right? If gold goes below 1762, I believe silver will also pull back. All right, silver tried to go up but failed. So now it's down, it's basically resisted at the moment right now. Okay, it's really resisted right now. Okay. Okay, let's look at our goal for today under the TWB system chart. Oh, okay, today gold also got no pivot. I repeat, gold today also got no pivot. Oh gosh, okay. So the opening price again will be the dictator for today. If the market can stay above OP, gold will go up, which is happening right now. But we know that gold on conventional with some resistance at 1770. That's why it resisted. But the KSI on the gold is still green and there's no blue bars at the bottom. So Benedict, there's no silver squeeze at the moment. So therefore, right, the silver squeeze thingy is all the Reddit guys saying that. So actually, I don't pay much attention to that because the gold will still be the dictator. If the gold doesn't move, silver will move on. Really, it's impossible to see silver running out on its own. All right, this is my personal take. All right, so what you see right now on the opening price of the gold today, as long as gold stays above OP, the market will go up. But if gold do break down below OP, right, there'll be some selling, and 1763 will be the first technical level to watch because that's a KCB level. All right, but as I say again, I don't think that I still believe that the gold level, right, will be firming around here. And if the market if the gold can really, if gold really cannot stable 1762, right, then the selling will come. Now, if the selling really come, if the market really break 1762, right, how much gold can go down? Wow, this is going to be a big one. 1736, because you can see from the chart, right, there's a very big chocolate bar right here. Can you see this chocolate bar? So, and the market has been forming itself at the cage level, which is this cage, right? So the market has been also forming at the cage level, which happened to coincide with 1763. So 1763 is a MA30, is a KCB, is also a cage. Wow, three of them at the same time. 1763, all right, three key technical points at the same time. So I suspect that right today, if the gold can stay above 1763, it's good. But if gold cannot stay above 1763 and there is some selling, gold can come down all the way to 1736. Now that's a lot of money. That is about nearly $30. Okay, this one you have to watch, traders. This could be very profitable if you actually got it right. Okay, so my point is this: watch out for that. Okay, this is going to be very, very interesting for gold traders today. Okay, clear? All right, hope you guys get my call right here. Okay, so that will be for gold and silver, and let's look at crude oil prices, shall we? Now, crude oil, the MA looks okay, looks good overall. So crude oil might be going higher. All right, so this is what we see. But we did saw Friday, we saw a big selling off, but now it's starting to find out some space there. This is the MLP, so nothing much to explain here at the moment. So overall looks positive for gold, for oil, sorry. All right, nothing much here. Okay, all right. Okay, we see some selling now on Hong Kong. China A50 is coming off. China A50 is coming off, but this is the non-cash market, the futures market. For the Hong Kong market, let's take a look right now. Hong Kong, there's some selling suddenly. Well, suddenly there's some selling in Hong Kong. All right, so I told you guys it will come down to the first level here, and that is slightly happening. Okay, the 532 level is going to be triggered very soon. So Hong Kong is coming off. I'm not too sure why. Probably it's just because of the reaction from China A50. Okay. All right, for those who are short in the market for Hang Seng, you can actually look at to buy back at 532 level. Oh, okay, it broke down already. It has broke down below that level already. Oh, okay, cool. So not too sure how low we'll be going from now, but it doesn't seem to be looking good. Okay, some selling now in Hong Kong. Not too sure why, but we do see some pullback on the Dow Jones a little bit, just a little bit only. So maybe that's a reason. Is that the one? Okay, nothing much. Okay, all right. Okay, guys, I'm done with the morning MAO part 1. If you are looking to stay on for the MAO part 2, today's sharing is a bit more. So if you want, you can stay on. If you think that, if you want to look at it, you can stay on. If you don't want, you can leave right now. MA 200. Let me take a look. Sorry, yeah. MA 200. No, it's still far away. You don't know Hang Seng, is it? King Hua 40 number 6336. Okay, good number. All right, the one thing to note, Hang Seng, if I want to draw a very quick one, this is how I draw my trend line, and you can see very clearly there is a breakdown on trend line already. Yeah, so that is probably the reason why. Because last Friday the selling was pretty bad. Okay, there wasn't much reason why it was selling off, but it's pretty bad, and there is a possibility for Hang Seng to really come back down to this point here. So that's why I suspect that will happen. Okay. MA30 is very far away, honestly. Very far away. If that happened as well, right, wow, that will take the Dow to come down quite a fair bit, or China A50. Okay, guys. Okay, sorry to hold you back. Okay, so I give you 10 seconds now to consider to stay or leave. All right. Wow, Hang Seng is still coming off. It's at 400 already. Serious. I don't know what is going on out there, really. I'll take a look later. Okay, guys, let's just continue now for the alternate market views right now. Okay, so now we can see for the month of April, we do see the majority of the market going up the gold went up. Okay, the futures of is going up. iShares Treasury bonds went up. The only thing is that the dollar came off. The dollar is only coming off. All right. So the question is this. You can see it's very related because gold, bond, stocks all go up by 2%, while the dollar fell 2%. So it's actually very related. So of course, can this be the reversal? That means that, right, if let's say now, if the dollar actually recovers for some reason, I told you earlier, then of course the other markets would be coming off, likely happen. All right. So that's why you must understand this is related in a way. So if the dollar goes up, okay, likely gold price will come off first. Okay, that's the first thing. Bonds will depend on the treasuries. And of course, I mean, depend on the yields factor. And stock market, right? Not necessarily stock will actually go down. Sometimes the dollar go up, the stocks will go up, right? So they want to be a bit on the third side. But at least we can see incredibly, right, when the dollar went up by 2%, the general money market also went up by 2%. Okay, so take note of this, okay? All right, now this is the one that I keep on reminding you guys. I know that I sound like a broken recorder, but I need to tell you this, okay? Now, what is happening is that, right, what they do is, there's S&P 500, the 500 members, okay? Now, in short itself, it's just telling you that 95% of them, on basically is short, right, of 95 times 500, we're talking about maybe of 480 of them, okay, are now at basically trading above their 200-day moving average. Now, this is something that is like a tracker. So whenever there's a lot of people or a lot of counters that are doing that, right, you realize something very interesting. And let me just show you a drawing once again. All right, I know I showed you before, but just serving as a reminder for all of you guys. This is a 95 marker, right? So I'm going to put across it. Now, do you see what I'm trying to say now? Do you notice this? Now, the last time we see it hit a 95% marker, that was back in when? Let's take a look right now. Today, go a bit more in depth. That is about, okay, somewhere around here. So that is about in 2013. Okay, 2013, you can check back what happened to the Dow Jones back then. Then, of course, the one that is very clear was here. Okay, that was in 2019. Okay, that was where the Lehman crisis is. Okay, you remember? Okay, then one more time, the market hit that point, was somewhere near here. That was in about 2003. Okay, so it means that every time when the market basically gets a little bit, wow, everybody's on one side of it, right? The market do pull back. Now, how do we know there's a pullback, right? Very simple. Because you see, after the market hit the 95% mark, immediately the market, the chart sell down. So that means that, right, they move back to the MA. So that means there must be some selling. There's no other way out. Okay. But of course, like in 2009, it dragged on for a bit before it come off, right, drastically. So not every time it will just drop immediately. Who knows, it may drag a little bit. Okay. So overall now what we're seeing is somewhere like that. So do you want to take the risk? I will leave it to you to decide. But you can see that whenever the market goes up in a very parabolic way, right? You can see in a very parabolic way, okay? The market will definitely hit the point first of 95, and then after that, they may see a pullback. So I'm not going to speculate this further, but I'm just informing you, just be careful, all right? Just be careful. And with the Hong Kong coming down in this manner, it can be a little bit clear to let you know that, right? Maybe for equity market, just go slow. Just go slow, okay? Don't need to go in full flash, okay? All right, I already warned you enough. I don't say this too much. All right, so this is the more into the chart views, is that this particular guy says that, right, okay, right, the 95% of the S&P 500 is now above its 200 MA is not a bullish sign, apparently. Yes, a high number of the stocks are above 200 MA, but it's not bullish because it becomes extreme. Another point is, right, in his opinion, it is actually a contrarian indicator. Now, what I'm trying to say is this. Yes, indeed, because if everything's at the high, very high level now, right, the value of the stock is too expensive, no one will buy. Then what will happen is that there will be still people coming to buy at the last bite of this, but there will be more profit taking. And that is whereby you can see recently the insiders are actually selling more than buying. So if all this thing is right, it doesn't make any economical sense unless there is Federal Reserve themselves keep on buying on their own. Now, if Federal Reserve keep on buying their own, no one will stop it. That's why you see the Federal Reserve buy, the equity traders that sell, so the market will just go higher. So that's why you can see the price keep on going higher, even though it's like overvalued, overdone, right? Because the Federal Reserve is the one that buying. So the moment when the Federal Reserve say, okay, you know what, I have to taper, well, when that word come out itself, right? And because no one is buying anymore, the thing will come down like a rock. Phew, come down very fast, okay? So that's why I want you guys to be very careful. Another thing to watch out for is commodity, all right, index. You see the commodity index now, this is where we are at a high level. This is actually the best monthly return since February 2014. So again, why is that happening? Because the Federal Reserve have pumped in so much money in the system, the dollar has depreciated, and people just basically go berserk in their buying, and that's the reason why commodity prices are going up. So what's the cost of that? Right, the US dollar, I told you this morning, when the US dollar keep on going down, right, the cost of living increases. If the cost of living increases, if there's no much more money in our income or increasing our income, right, then we have a problem. Okay, that's the reason why I want to remind you guys this commodity rally is not normal. All right, it's definitely very, very artificially motivated, and that will bring costs higher. That's why, again, for equity traders, be very careful. Now, this is a beautiful, beautiful chart, okay? This is basically taking all the different sectors like commodity, treasuries, REITs, cash, global, gold, bonds, S&P 500, MSCI, and MSCI EM. All right, basically these are the top, all the asset class, okay? And they actually, arrange for you from 2000 and all the way to 2021. It's a very good one. So this is the first time we see commodity leading. The last time this happened was all the way back in 2002. Can you see that? That is something. Now, last year was gold, right? That's why last year goes up. In 2019 was actually S&P. So you can see that all this thing tells you. In 2018, if you hold cash, that's the best. 2018, remember? 2018, the market came off, right? If you hold cash, that was the best bet. So this chart, actually, you can actually take a screenshot right now and just study this. You can actually see how things move. The year, the market can be bad, right? The next year can be pretty good. So not necessarily it's bad one, okay? So of course you may say, Cal, if after commodities, what is next then? Well, if you can accept what I say about commodities at the high, you need to watch out for this already. Now look at it. This is the standard business cycle I told you guys. At the top, usually we have the commodity prices at the high. And then after that, what will happen? Inflation will come in, and that is whereby tapering or short-term interest rate will rise, and that's where equity will fall. So this is something that we must understand. This is a standard business cycle, and the thing is that no matter how much Federal Reserve trying to do, they may not hold it for too long. And that's why I'm saying this for equity traders, you need to be a bit more careful than not, because it does seem to be, right, the market, we are somewhere near this area already. I keep on reminding you that we are near this area. I know that a lot of people doesn't like me saying this, but you cannot deny what is fact and figures. So if let's say you do see people start to buy energy stocks and buy defensive sector, right? That means that you should know there is going to be the possible top of the market pretty soon, okay? So my point is this, there's nothing that say that, try to call for fair for a long time and doesn't happen, but you must understand this. I'm always way ahead of time. So in this case itself, right, I'm telling you what is actually seeing now on numbers. You just have to be very careful, and hopefully, right, you're in preparation for this. This is not a joking matter. You can actually make a lot of money, or you can get hit by the market, okay? All right, last but not least, this is a Dubai expensive residential. Now, really, when people have nothing to do, there's nowhere to spend, they can't fly, and this is what happened, all right? Apparently now there's sales of expensive residential properties that shoot on all-time high level, and that is why people get so much money on hand, they don't know what to do with it. So the only way is just buy and just keep on buying. And when this are fiasco coming in, this are euphoria coming in, the next thing is this, it will create a big problem. And of course, that will cause people not able to repay their payment. And when that happens, the thing will just crash off. All right. So that's why now in the property sector in America, the entire, this last 4 months, the prices of houses have went up by 25% in just 4 months. Okay. Imagine this, like you're buying a house in January, look at a house of $1 million, then it's $1.25 million. Imagine that's how crazy it is going on now in America. Okay, so that will be all for today, MAO. I will see you at 2 p.m. for our Bitcoin one. Now, today's Bitcoin, there's a lot of things to share with you, many stuff, especially from this Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett. They actually gave a very, very clean answer for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, so you may not want to miss it. All right, I'll see you guys at 2 p.m. later. This is Cal signing off. Hope you enjoyed this MAO. Cheers, bye. Mm-hmm.